Surpass your limits, Oscar.
Right here, right now. Let's do it.
No.
Bad take.
You don't
Didn't
have
work.
to, you don't have to suppress your limits. It's okay. It's okay to be weak. Right, Oscar?
Yes. That is if you ask for going on. The master of staying weak.
Truly, never cheap spirit dive.
Man lost an arm and everything.
Man is never gonna fucking get spirit dive. He's never gonna figure it out.
Nope.
Giga fraud.
Well, anyways, welcome. We are the Stowaways. I am Steven.
I'm Luchard.
And I'm Oscar, and today we're talking about Black Clover, Sword of the Wizard King. Go watch it.
How long did we wait to watch this movie?
Way too fucking long. Like,
But was it
At
worth
least a
the
year.
wait?
was it worth the wait? That is a very good question.
I liked it.
If you compare it to everything that's been out from the time it was supposed to come out till now,
Like all the other movies that came out.
movies and anime movies.
I think it holds up. I think it holds up with all the other movies that have come out.
What anime movies have come out? Because I honestly don't know.
I'm pretty sure Jujutsu Kaisen,
Oh yeah.
and
the
I'm
prequel.
pretty sure the Demon Slayer movie did.
And Film Red.
And Red.
Like episodic stuff.
Those were all really good movies.
Those were all good movies.
And
I would probably
Oh, and
put.
the Dragon Ball Super, right? Did you guys say that?
I actually didn't see
I
that.
did not.
I haven't seen it either. It's
The animation kind of put me off and want to see it.
I'm not a
The-
fan.
the art style.
Yeah.
But we're not talking about that. We're talking about Black Clover.
I like the movie.
Yeah, I would, without going into it yet, I'd give it an
8.
8.5 out of 10.
High 8.
Yeah, high 8.
High 8.
High 8. What about you guys? Well, Steve already said his. But what you?
I'll say an 8. An 8 is fine.
There's a couple things that keep it from being a 10, but it's like, for a Black Clover movie, it is very good.
What are some things that you docked some points off of? Besides the ending.
Well, the ending, because I didn't like...
Motive, to be exact. The motive.
Okay, spoilers in case you don't want to be spoiled.
Yes,
Spoilers.
this is a spoiler review.
We'll probably put that in the title, but regardless, spoilers.
Spoilies.
Spoily. The whole motivation did not get explained in actual explanation, like in words, till the end of the movie, till the main villain was already defeated and the conflict was resolved.
Mind you, this movie is damn near 2 hours.
10 minutes off from being 2 hours.
True. It's so much better to have your villain get a backstory like not at the very end. You gotta I would say piecemeal it in, but they really did not do that.
The thing is, they kind of did that because they had all these little flashbacks regarding the locket, and it's just you could tell they were gonna do something, but then they didn't do it.
Yeah, they even worse. It was just Julius explaining what happened.
He didn't even explain his backstory. Someone else explained his backstory.
And that could be fine for having the characters know what happened, but we should be able to see it. We should experience it and not just have it told to us. Show, don't tell.
Literally, that whole what Julius was explaining was solely for the viewer's benefit. It was literally solely exposition at the end of the movie for the viewer. Because it didn't even matter in story anymore what his motivation was.
But that's just negative. I think that's the only thing that wasn't as good as I would have liked it to be.
Yeah, and from what I can tell, that's solely a movie thing. Because from what I gather, the light novels actually do go into it and explain stuff. So
Gotcha.
Did the light novels go into the other...
the other Wizard Kings, yes, they got backstory and exposition and stuff. You can find it on the internet.
Yeah,
it's on Twitter and Reddit.
All very interesting. Jester was I loved every second he was on screen. It was great.
He's probably my favorite out of all of them.
Love to get some sort of backstory for him. I'll have to read those light novels then.
Yeah, you have to go track him down on the internet.
Yeah.
I'm not sure they're fully translated, but I know the important key parts are.
Okay. But what do you think was the best part of the movie?
The best part of the movie, my favorite that I enjoyed the most?
Yes.
When they're in the bunker and Austin's giving his big speech.
Okay. I thought his speech in the bunker was just all right, but I can see why you would really like it.
No, because it's just we don't have the captains. They've been protecting us since we were kids. They've been protecting us since before we were even born. It's our time to step up, and it's time for us to do the same thing. It's just that really, really struck.
Yeah, Asta's got a way stronger Tak no Jutsu than
Yeah.
than Naruto. I think.
Except he gives his Tak no Jutsu to his comrades, not the main
That's
bad guy.
true. That's true.
And then Seke's like, nah, bro, can we just run away instead?
Why did Seki even come with them?
Yo, this is... I got a quick note to say here. This gets into manga spoilers as well, but the chapter that came out this week,
yeah,
and
recently,
Seke in the recent chapter and Seke in this movie, two completely different people,
Different characters, yep.
completely different folk, and I love to see it.
That's good. That's great to hear. I can't
know
wait
what?
to read that chapter now.
You know what this movie reminded me of when I think about it? Boruto, the Boruto movie.
The
Because the whole Coliseum thing.
oh yeah. They had the fight within the Coliseum, the fight was in the Chunin
I don't know where
Stadium.
these Utsus come in, and I don't know where these four magic wizard kids come in.
Yeah,
It reminded me of that.
I can see it. It's not bad.
But both good movies, though.
Yeah. Oh no, they're both great.
That's it.
I really enjoyed the Boruto movie when it came out at the time.
I'd say Princey is probably my favorite one.
Who your favorite Wizard King?
Yeah.
I can see it.
From the three.
Yeah.
If her last name wasn't Funny Bunny,
If she
It
has
would.
such a goofy name, but whatever.
she'd be
I
way cooler.
think it was based
but-
on the color scheme.
Maybe. I really like. She had dope magic.
Yeah.
But
She literally has an army.
let's
Yeah.
start from the beginning of the show, I guess, or beginning of the movie. So yeah, the premise is literally the previous Wizard Kings are being revived, Edo Tensei style, and basically the previous Wizard King before Julius, it was corrupted and and he just invades the kingdom, and it starts out straight up just getting right into the heat of things.
Yeah. So this movie starts with a flashback. A flashback to 10 years.
To the canon story.
10 years to during the time skip before the last 10 episodes. It is set during the Heart Kingdom training. Explicitly 3 months in from I've gotten this information from the light novels. 3 months into the 6-month time skip. For the people that are honestly want to know where it fits in the timeline, that's where it's supposedly at, allegedly.
It's good to know.
But yeah, 10 years from there, and they beat him, they steal him away with Julius's time magic, and then they cut to the present where they're having a tournament.
Yep. And Luchador comes out.
Yeah, a masked luchador, a mysterious man, the masked one, enters this tournament. Full Luffy style Dressrosa, it's like they clearly can't tell who this is.
Not him. It's not our boy.
Clearly not him.
No idea who it is, but he's fighting Yuno.
First round opening match is just like, nah, we're gonna blow our biggest match right away.
And
Klaus and Mimosa on commentary for some reason,
just
because we need someone on commentary with you two.
because we love them, that's fine.
Yeah. You guys can give backstory that wasn't needed because you guys didn't do anything.
And they get one clash in before all hell breaks loose. Literally, no idea how these guys just fucking teleport in and are just there and ready to slaughter everyone. Seems like it. Just destroy the whole arena. Turns into a massive battle. And versus Priscilla's, or what? How do you say her name? Princia's?
Princia, something like that.
Is like she summons a bunch of CGI chess pieces, and but just watching Asta cut them up looks really good. Speaking of that, everything in this movie looks really
10
good.
out of 10 animation. I never thought I'd see the day where Black Clover had 10 out of 10 animation.
Yeah, we'd love to see it.
It brings tears to my eyes to see you guys got carried by animation allegations.
I'm glad they didn't have the Dragon Ball Super and not Seven Deadly Sins animation.
Yeah, that was it
Season 2.
Season 3?
Everything after
of Seven
season
Deadlies?
2, it just gets progressively worse. Anyway, there's a whole battle in the Coliseum. The Yami, of course, gets teleported in. It's like all the captains versus all of these 4 Wizard Kings.
Well, it's all the captains minus Jack, Vengeance, and Charlotte.
And they send Asta on a mission to get at some artifact.
1 minute. All right, before we go there, poor poor old man.
Kaiser.
Kaiser stays getting his ass whooped.
Purple Orca's captain. No one remembers.
Bro just wants to chill in retirement. He stays getting his ass whooped. And then I like how Yami's like, nah, I ain't gonna go do that. This mission that you just assigned me, I'm gonna delegate this to someone else.
Yeah, he really said no.
He declined and delegated it to someone else. And then, thank goodness, Finral also went because, the only way to get into that base was to use your magic power to like write a passcode that only like a handful of people know. And Yami's like, nah, Asta can go. Doesn't know the password or have magic power to write it down.
I feel like it was part of the whole plan. Finral had to go. How are they going to get back?
Yeah, he's like, no, you got to go. You're not just the door. You're going to go there too. And then Noelle, in classic character, invited herself as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yes. Love to see it.
And
she's like, I'm going to.
Yeah.
But they show up to the research facility.
Lab Zero, I believe.
We get some commentary from Nero about how Conrad is basically... bad old Wizard King.
Yeah, the previous Wizard King, what kind of happened. Gives exposition.
Why would he want to do that? I don't know. Is what she says. But they get to the room with the artifact. Sally's already got her shit kicked in as Conrad is already there.
Beat them to the punch.
It's great. I love that. They open up the door and it's like, bro, I beat their asses. I'm already at the MacGuffin. What you guys been doing?
Do we know what Julius's right-hand man's magic is?
Mark's? Yeah.
His is the mind magic. Remember, he read people's minds and shit?
He just reads people's minds?
And that's really important that you say that because...
That's how he got there.
That's how he knew where the place was at and what they were doing, what the plan was. Yeah.
Because Conrad, we know now, is just, like, better Raya. And, like, has his key magic is basically copy magic.
Literally steals.
Yeah.
Instead of just copy.
Doesn't copy, he just takes it.
Steals.
Yeah. He explains it like the sword is like he can store what these powers he steals into the sword, right?
Well,
it absorbs magic power.
The sword, Ascedia, I think is what it's called, absorbs magic. And then Conrad's magic itself with the keys is like he just takes magic and he stores them like in the keys behind the doors. Mm-hmm. So they work in conjunction with each other.
Okay.
And then the sword stores magic and souls, apparently.
Yes, of course. Of course it can. So then Conrad kicks everyone's ass.
Beats everybody up.
With hand-to-hand combat.
Yeah,
with hand-to-hand.
We love to see the hand-to-hand.
Which, if you think about it for a bit, makes sense. It's just like his magic is like, I have to steal magic, so if I initially don't have anything, I gotta have to do something with my hands first. So it tracks, to why he's like,
but
got
just the
hands.
choreography is very good.
Oh, crisp as shit.
It's beautiful. And it gets into why he's a lot like Asta. He can fucking throw hands, man.
Bro's jacked too, man.
Yeah.
In a different life, they would have been best friends.
Yeah, definitely.
He did try to recruit him.
Yeah, he's like, hey, bro, you should like join my side.
He did say like they were a lot more alike. Right? He did say that.
Yep. Really, he said that a couple times. He's like, bro, you should really join my side. Like, you just like me.
Yeah. We got basically the same goal. You just ain't, as I think you said before, you ain't willing to go as far as I can.
Yep.
Or I will. But we're brothers from another mother.
It's like we're on the same like kind of wavelength goal-wise, just not the extremes we're willing to go to.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of this movie, is him just goading Asta. Join me, brother. We'll save the people together. And the whole scene where he fights Asta in their first fight, 1v1, is really good.
Oh yeah, after he'd already taken Noelle's magic and beaten Finral up, and they're having the fight.
Oh yeah, he steals Noelle's magic.
Yeah, he more or less benches Noelle fight-wise for the rest of the movie till the end. But good for her. She still does other shit. In any other shonen movie, she gets debuffed and she just sits on the sideline and literally does nothing for the rest of the movie. Noelle couldn't do much fight-wise, but she still like talked and like did character shit and it worked.
The nice thing is that they still have magic.
Yeah, it's like she's like, I can still do
spells.
stuff. She's like, I can still like
true.
She's like, I can still make water and shit.
Yeah.
I did like
worked.
that quite a bit.
So I like that it didn't render them useless per
yeah,
se.
It didn't like
turn them into an Asta.
Yeah. Because it's just like, oh, Noelle, you have zero magic. What the fuck are you gonna do?
No abilities.
You ain't jack like me.
Basically, they're Orochimaru, just no ninjutsus.
Yeah.
But Noelle keeps her character, and it's pretty good throughout the movie.
Yeah, she's great the entire movie. But no, that fight where it's just like that they're fighting in the lab or whatnot, and it's just like, bro, just join my side. And he's like, nah.
Yeah.
And then he finally tells him like, fine, I'll give one last chance till tomorrow. Tomorrow at dawn, you know.
Oh, yep. Give him a time limit.
You gotta love it. The villain gives you a timeline, and then I like how Asta completely ignored him. He's all beat up, bloody on the ground. Conrad's giving him this timeline, and Asta's just like, give Noelle her magic back. And
Yeah.
just completely ignored what he said.
Yep,
It's just like,
yep.
And I love it.
That's why it's just one of the greatest MCs.
Yep. Really in keeping with Asta, because I think stealing magic really bugs him. We see it. We saw it really early in the series as well. In the K fight, remember with Snow Dude and the Clay guy
Oh yeah, I remember.
when they were stealing the kids' magics.
Yeah.
And that really pissed Asta off.
Oh yeah, he hates
Snow
that
Village,
shit.
right?
Yeah. Where it's just like he like punched in the entire wall behind that fat Clay dude. He's like, I should have hit you, but nah, not worth it.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah.
I think stealing magic just rubs Asta the wrong way.
It's
Boxing
good
ain't bad.
characterization. Very good.
Yeah. Good characterization, and like they keep it consistent with it. So yeah.
Yep. And Yuno basically comes in and saves them,
Saves the day. Figured out where they were at.
and they head to the bunker right after
to
that.
the bunker.
To regroup, and Asta give his powerful MC speech.
Yes. Powerful MC speech. Rally. Rallying the troops. Boost the morale after a sec. It kind of tanked it a little bit.
Yep. And then Vengeance and the others come back.
Yeah. Vengeance. I was about to say Zach, but not Jack, and Charlotte come up. They're back. They come back from their mission from the wherever fucking desert they were in, apparently.
Yeah, I forget what they were doing
They
there, but they were,
didn't explain. They're like, we were just on a mission.
Yeah, they were
Gone.
doing something.
Doing captain stuff. Whatever captains do.
But they regroup,
And then the rest of the Black Bulls show up as well, because apparently, Yami stalled and let them get away from the Coliseum.
Oh, yep.
Doesn't explain quite how they got away, because they were like fucking like in like they were like suspended in the sky in like a fucking like dome, but whatever. Doesn't matter. They got away.
Yami doing dimensional stuff. I don't know.
Because Finral left with Asta and Noelle, so he was gone.
I bet Yami cut it.
He's like, I got one. We got like a couple seconds to get out. I can make a big enough hole.
Yep.
I'd believe it. Good enough. Good enough headcanon. That works.
But yeah, they make a new plan. Basically, of course, we gotta take back the Black Bulls hideout.
Yep. We need the Megazord.
Yep. Love me some Henry. Henry was a big part in the second act.
Henry was the wheels.
Yep. They save him. Gordon just being like, why is everyone going?
So where's everybody at? But yeah, it was a little bit more before they get to that, before they go to the base.
Poor Gordon.
Charmy's feeding everybody, like gassing everybody up,
Doing the classic Black Bulls thing.
Can I just say, Charmy is ridiculously broken.
Oh, yeah.
Well, of course she is.
We've known.
That food magic is so dumb.
Well, when you know in hindsight that she's based off of Tabata's wife, of course she's OP.
I did not know that.
She's based off of his wife.
She turns into a chibi sometimes?
Yeah, I guess so.
I love Chibi Charmy, though.
She was chibi the entire
majority.
movie.
It's like I will guarantee you of any of the Black Bulls that are gonna die, it ain't gonna be her. I'll tell you that.
Charmy has the most dubs of any of the Black Bulls. Like, she doesn't lose except for falling asleep.
Yeah.
I just hope that they don't make it to where Charmy's abilities end up becoming like Mimosa.
Too broken.
Just to the point where it just negates anything, and any future thing you could think of is just, oh, Charmy will be there.
Yeah. Hopefully not.
Hopefully not.
Hopefully not.
But what is it? This is after the bunker. Oh no, this is the hideout, right?
Yeah. Well, we're about to get to the hideout. I have one last thing I want to mention about the bunker, and it's at 51:53. God damn.
Yeah.
Vanessa, top tier waifu. That's all I gotta say.
It'll be the thumbnail.
It's gonna be the thumbnail.
They really did it.
Best shot of the movie, and this movie's got a lot of good shots.
Yep. They put the fan service there.
51:53. That's the timestamp. Only time of all the notes I wrote down, that's the only one that had a timestamp.
Yep. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
So then they took back the base.
Yep. They ride the Megazord. what was it? Vengeance does the one and only thing he does in this movie, and is to make a butthole.
Yes, that's what he does.
He it's
says
just
one-
a whole bunch of fodder. He drills through it, and
Lets
also,
the Megazord fly through.
Yep. Get that. Jack slices up a bunch of them. They basically fight fodder, Dorothy, and then they are out of the movie,
They literally
Yes.
did.
which is fine.
Well, no.
but-
So Dorothy was with Real in the Coliseum in the first act, and they were fighting fodder, and then they never showed back up again. And then we had a different batch of captains with Vengeance and
who
Jack
was-
and Charlotte.
Oh, it was Charlotte.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Charlotte. You're great. But they never show up again. But classic Vengeance L.
Or like not a big. It's not an L, but it's not a big enough W to really fucking count.
Yeah.
It's like you were just
it's
here.
just a really weak W, and then he never gets anything else in the movie again.
Yeah,
But
well, that's
anyway.
kind of a little problem. I always kind of thought this movie was gonna have. It's like the Black Clover world has too big of a cast to fit into a movie, so somebody was gonna
A
get
lot of likable cast members.
a
too.
lot of likable. So there was gonna be a lot of people who just weren't gonna get their moment.
And I'm fine with that for Jack, but Vengeance never gets a W. So
Oh yeah, no, straight up, Jack gets his time at times. Vengeance straight up never gets it.
yep.
Well, after what he did, he deserves it.
Fucking traitor. He don't deserve nothing. Don't deserve no dubs.
They let him back into. Oh my gosh. Only
No
because he has
consequences.
Hashirama cells.
No consequences.
It's only 'cause he has
Hashirama
No
Hashirama
cells.
cells.
restrictions.
Yeah, no. Asta's like in exile. Like fucking his like
'cause he has a
execution
demon.
is like hung in like
Yeah.
suspended, and it's just like we let the traitor just walk
And
around
Vengeance
and
just
like
walking around.
consequence free.
Jeez. But
Hey, yo, man, maybe Conrad was low key kind of right, man. It's just like.
yeah, I think that's the point of the movie.
It's just like, yo, Asta, you getting shafted by like the government just because of who you are and where you're from, and it's just like, bro was kind of spitting,
Yeah.
low key, no high key, bro was spitting.
Do we want to get into Conrad's backstory now, or is his
No.
what he's about?
No, we'll wait till the
Okay.
end of the. We'll wait till the end of the podcast.
Yeah, the last 30 seconds
The
will
last
be
30
the-
seconds of our podcast. to explain
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. All right, so
Then they go to the barrier, right? To the main where the flying castle that he
yeah,
has.
to
is.
the Coliseum.
Now let's talk about your favorite jester.
Yes,
Because
Jester
that was
went.
but before that, the two Magic Knights, the two Wizard Kings that got on the Megazord and then immediately just disappeared.
Oh yeah,
That was the most
that
anticlimactic
was so
thing
funny.
on that.
I just like you've fallen into our trap card. It's like, bro, I can easily. Oh, you're teleported now. Okay.
It was just,
Hey, I love it because that's like that's classic Black Clover, where it's like
It
we're not
is.
gonna beat you 1-on-1. It's all about we're gonna combine and team fight you and overcome you with like teamwork and like good strategy and shit, not power of friendship.
Classic Zora W.
Yeah, Zord always taking
And
W's.
Finral also.
Finral
Finral.
was giga clutch in this movie, bro.
Finral's like my favorite character in Black Clover right now because he's always doing something. His magic is so great,
So versatile.
and he got his character. I love Finral.
Yeah, it's a real shame he's got the fucking frosted tips.
he has symphitis.
He got that sympathy, but be looking like Dalton.
I like
I'm
that
just calling him that.
he's battling his inner simp.
He battling the inner simp. Finral,
was
top
he part
5
of your
simp in
list?
anime.
Was he part of your list?
I think he was.
I'm pretty sure we mentioned him.
I'm pretty sure he's on the list.
If he's not, he should have been. My brain just doesn't always work.
But Jester, your favorite Wizard King, you would say, of the four?
Yes, Jester was my favorite because he was just so unhinged, and every time he was on screen, he just had that classic like Joker look, and everything he said was so sarcastic and so confident. I really dug that. And
Yeah, and English in Japanese both, because I have seen it in both. I've watched it twice.
yes,
And I can say both times his diction, I think that's the right word I'm looking for here, comes out exactly how you want it to with his character.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like he gets the sarcastic, like demeaning
I can see
across.
Yeah, he's great, and he was just so powerful. I mean, compared to the other Wizard Kings, I think he had the best feats.
Oh no, I think his best feat was where skipping forward a little bit forward. He tanked the what was it, the triple dimension slash? It was like
Yeah,
the combo.
He
It was
takes
like
everything.
he tanked the slash buffed by the fire and mercury. It's just like
It just
bro.
seals his wounds with fucking barriers.
It's like what the fuck, bro? That's like a top tier spell, and you just tank that shit. Even if the captains were a little like debuffed, but it's like still.
And then he comes back like he's gonna body all of them. Like, wow, it's crazy.
Bro was like strong. Like, he had good feats.
So, did they ever explain in the light novels how he died? Because
I think they explain it.
my man has like top tier Gara defense.
Yeah, he wasn't
I think they
old
explained
or
it.
anything,
No,
so
he
he
was
didn't
pretty young.
die
He
of
No. So
old age.
they also gave ages for the Wizard Kings.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
How old was he? Like 32?
I want to say like 23, something like that.
He looked like he's a real
And
age.
he's dead. Wow.
Yeah,
wow.
like, died.
They're all dead.
Yeah, no, they
Well,
all
I
died. They
mean,
died like relatively
yeah, but
young.
He died like the man was so fucking strong.
Yeah,
It's
I think
crazy.
I think he was like 23. I think Princessia was like 22, and then like Edward was like 56.
That's one of the reasons I'm so interested in their backstories.
They all died because they got screwed by royals. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that's the
Probably.
common.
All royals.
That's the common link.
And who are the royals in the Black Clover universe? The Silva family.
Well, all of them. It's like royal factions, like the royals,
there's
The Vermilion.
the Silvas, the Vermilions, and then the Kiras.
Yes.
Who are the Kiras?
Yes.
It's
Kiras,
the scale dude and like the Clover King.
the first
the-
Wizard King was a royal.
Silvermillion.
Yeah. And
So
those
that
are the
branched at some
royals.
point.
And basically, all of them are in. Like, even we know a lot of royals, and the ones that we know, like
We know a lot of cool royals nowadays, but of course, back in the day, maybe they weren't so.
Similar to the Bleach universes, like Byakuya,
Yeah.
the ones that control everything.
but the royals we don't know are all the ones that were the ones sentencing Asta
They're
to
the
death
Celestial
for
Dragons.
dumb shit.
Yeah,
Yes.
they're the Celestial
Yeah,
Dragons.
just the faceless mob that
Yep.
accuses.
Yeah, like
people.
the royals
they're
and like
the
the
donkey-
high-ranking nobles
They're
and
the
shit.
Don Quixotes,
Yep.
and not the good one either.
Shit, I'm not gonna spoil anything, but we just got a bunch of new ones.
R.I.P.
But yes. Back to
But yes, the common link between the Wizard Kings is what they all got like overthrown. Like they all got like pushed out of power by like royal factions and like their
Yeah,
followers.
They lost
'cause-
their status.
because it's just like no, you guys are doing stuff that we don't agree with, so we're gonna get rid of you. And in actual history, it's like when you don't have someone in power that you agree with, you depose them and put someone you do agree with. It's like it's a common thing throughout history.
Makes me curious to know the other 20-something Wizard Kings.
Classic.
Julius is 28, so yeah, we got
Conrad's 27.
27. We got another
I
3.
think
so
Jester
yeah.
was Princey was 13, I think.
11 or 12. I think Jester was 16, and I forget what Edward was.
There's a
yeah.
big gap between all of them, though.
Yeah, there's a sizable gap.
So,
Enough to where none of them knew like each other in life.
yeah.
Besides Julius and
Well,
Conrad.
maybe no, not even, because who knows how long they were reigning for.
Yeah.
They say Black Clover isn't political, but
No, I think Black Clover is intrinsically political.
It's like your
because
typical.
at the end of the day, the Asta's issue is political.
yeah, I always
Because
really
he has a systematic issue. It's not like. Should I hold this to the end, or should we just talk about it now? I want to ask you guys a question. I'm just gonna say it now.
okay.
Do you think 'cause this is like veering off from the movie? This is getting like into just Black Clover in general. How do you think Asta's gonna solve this issue? Do you think he'll actually like figure out an issue, or do you think we'll kind of have like the BS where like we'll like end the story and he's Wizard King and everybody's just happy? Or do you think
I think-
Asta's actually gonna figure out how to bring everyone together?
I don't think it's ever going to get fixed because there's always.
Because it's like such a real problem that there's no actual issue, like no actual like solution
I'm
for it.
looking at it in the point of there's always going to be at least one person who disagrees.
I don't know if they'll address. I agree, but
That's what I think.
I don't know if they'll address it. To be honest, but I if they do, I really hope that it's Asta basically dismantling the class system basically, and like we no longer have the nobles, the royals, the commoners, and then even below that the people at Hodge Village.
Yeah. So I hate comparing it to Naruto, but I'm looking at it in the sense of like when Homie became Hokage, after the Kaguya's defeat, there's supposed to be like this forever peace. And now there's like some rogue ninjas,
Yeah.
So it's like there's always gonna be somebody that's.
It's just like
run
there's
against.
blanket
Yeah.
peace, but there's still like gonna be like pockets
But
of like
the thing is within
settlement.
the Leaf Village, there's no Danzo anymore. Is basically what I think.
True. If anything, it would
guess.
probably be like the Uchiha and the Hyuga, if anything, and how
Okay.
like the Uchiha got,
But
It's-
dismantling the class system. Let's go.
abolish classes.
abolish classes.
It's bad.
Hashtag rights for everybody.
Hashtag rights for everyone.
Yeah.
Let's make the people we don't like cops.
Way to go, Toby Rama.
Anyway.
Best Hokage.
Best Hokage.
But
He'd
Safe.
probably get along. He'd probably get along with Conrad.
Him and Green Bull really love each other. Anyway.
But I don't think Asta will. I think it will just be I'm Wizard King, or
Because
it might not even become Wizard King. It might be
No.
Nah.
False.
You don't think so?
That's not.
but
No.
but if they don't address it, then they're just gonna end Black Clover. I'm the Wizard King now, and then. But okay. My original point is that if that doesn't happen, then Conrad's kind of right.
He is right.
Yeah, 'cause no, I think he is right. He's intrinsically right because he's like, I was the Wizard King. I tried my best to do all this stuff, and it wasn't enough.
he tried to make
And-
everybody
and,
love him.
and guess what happened? They killed my wife and friends because of it.
Damn. Spoiler alert. That's the 30 seconds that you.
There
are
it
gonna
is.
That's
see.
a 30-second exposition they give at the end of the movie.
Yep. I'll say it as Julius would say. At the end.
Yeah. He wasn't always such a bad guy, but they did that to him, and that's why they kind of pushed him over the edge.
We've already skipped to the end, but
We can
most
backtrack.
of the movie is
I'll
just
just
a
cut it.
lot of really good fights.
Oh, amazing fights.
And just the Wizard Kings get power scaled so well. I really liked all of them.
The Mereoleona versus Princia fight.
Yep.
Great.
They basically split everyone up, and Mereoleona versus Princia, whose
Princia.
name
Funny Bunny
I can never
versus Funny Bunny.
versus Funny Bunny is really good. I love Mereoleona for Wizard King. I love Mereoleona. She gets the 1v1. Everyone else gets a team battle.
Honestly, it makes me.
Her and Asta got 1v1s.
Yes.
It makes
fair
me
enough.
really want to get a really good Mereoleona figure. Like
It's a real shame they're not out there.
and you know what? I think you would be okay with me buying one.
Yeah, it's just like that one up there, as far as I know, is probably the best thing they have
It's
out
just
right
a
now.
Funko
Mereoleona.
Pop.
And I think you're
Yeah.
the one that told me that if there's no like figure for it, just get the Funko Pop, right?
Yeah.
So
There's been some more Black Clover figures out as of late, and I think they're mad expensive though. But they're like some really nice
they're
ass
very
ones.
limited.
Yeah,
It's a shame.
I mean, third-party ones are pretty good too, though.
yeah. But
if you
like,
look at
we
third-party.
support the official release around here.
If there is an official,
Yes, support the
I'll
official
support
release
it when they give me some.
Yeah, true. Like, come on, Shueisha, step up your game, bro.
Yeah,
I'm sure
Tabata.
damn right.
Not even. I bet he's trying, but it's like Shueisha's just like, nah, bro. You're like our like fourth bestseller. You know, we're gonna focus on better stuff. It's a real damn shame.
Lame.
Did My Hero have a movie?
My Hero.
Yes, they
My Hero's had
several.
multiple. They've had a
This
lot
is
of
Black
movies.
Clover's first movie. What the?
Yeah.
And they had They had like theater releases internationally.
Yeah, but
Wow. Yeah,
but
you're
it's always
right.
gonna
We
be on
didn't even
Netflix.
get a theater
Yeah,
release.
but it'll always be on Netflix.
Till Netflix doesn't want to repay for the rights.
It was
And
so
mind you-
easy to not have Netflix.
And how many times have
watch
you seen it?
Twice,
And how much have you paid for it?
just the one time.
There you go. If you had to watch that shit in theaters, you had to pay it more than once.
Yeah. Yeah, from what I've gathered, it's done really good numbers on Netflix internationally.
It did hit
was
number
like
one.
it was number one. Like it was like in the top like 3 like in multiple countries for like a couple like 3 days like after it came out.
It's a steal just having it available.
Yeah, honestly, I would love if Netflix could get the anime rights. I would love that.
They have a questionable track record, but I could see it working.
They
Yep.
have Arcane.
They got Arcane. They had the Comey
True.
rights, and that was great.
True.
They have Dota 2, though.
But they cancel a lot of shows.
Yeah, but like I think they'll see those Black Clover movies, those
numbers.
numbers, and they'll be like, hey, maybe we should look into this.
Honestly, Netflix, as interesting of a company that they are, especially with their last incident that they just had,
Yes.
they make really good originals.
Yeah, the originals
True,
are great.
Like, really
Was,
good originals.
It was the Cyberpunk Netflix? It was on Netflix, but was it original by them?
I'm not sure, but I know a lot of their live action
I want to
stuff is
say
good.
it was, but don't quote me on that.
But
Yeah, I don't know,
for
but
example, Arcane is a
Arcane
Netflix.
is
Netflix,
really
it's a
good.
masterpiece.
Really
It is a legit masterpiece. But like I know Netflix has some like their own like rights to animes.
But
Yeah,
Anyway,
Where
But-
were we at again?
we were at
Mario, Yona, and
yeah,
Funny
yeah,
Bunny.
yeah.
But they-
We trailed off in the figures.
they
and
they
merch.
split the fight scenes, like we cut back and forth
We
between,
jump between
all
fights.
of the different fights.
Yep.
Fights Jester.
Jester.
He also frees Yami.
Yami, Nozel, and Forgolion.
Yes. And then
They 4v1 Jester, Marileona 1v1 Miss Funny Bunny,
and
and
then all
Asta
the-
gets his one-on-one with Conrad.
Yep. And then all the Black Bulls versus
Edward.
Edward.
So
Yes.
they like. They
It was a stomp.
6v1,
It was a
7v1 this man.
Yep.
It was a stomp. He stomped him.
It was like 7.5 because Noel was a cripple for half the fight, but you know.
But let's go through each fight one by one. Say what our favorite things
Let's
about
start with
each
the
fight.
Edward one.
Okay, start with that.
The Edward one,
I fucking
I
love Noel's fucking final Sea Dragon's Roar.
yeah, that comes
was
down
so
and comes
good.
over the top of it. Yeah, my favorite part from that was also at the end, where it's like when Goach multiplies her Valkyrie form, and it's just like there's just a fucking army of like Valkyrie Noels just come
yeah.
in the
His
sky.
mirror magic is so
Fucking OP, bro.
ridiculous.
It's like, bro, we just need you everywhere to multiply everyone, bro. You just do that all the time.
You know what's funny is that the Black Bulls were literally dead last because they just don't work together. And now that they're working together, you just
they
realize how
didn't-
busted they really
it's
are.
like they didn't work together and they were like lazy and
Yeah,
like just weren't trying.
No motivation.
And then
It's-
Asta shows up, whoops these dudes in the shape, and all of a sudden it's like, damn, bro, we had a premium team laying here the entire time.
You got literally somebody who could control fate.
Oh yeah,
Giga,
I love it
Like,
so
yeah.
much.
Yes.
Damn.
Yeah,
Vanessa, top tier waifu in appearance and in ability.
I love her backstory too.
Great backstory, great ability, looks fucking fine as fuck.
Everyone got their own time to shine in that. But
Even Zora.
yeah.
Zora actually got more screen time than I thought he would get.
Yeah, Zora's great, bro.
They all did great. I do love when William had like his like giant ice mech, and then he summons a bigger one and crushes
Oh
the
yeah,
other
I
one.
thought that was pretty funny
That
too.
was great.
He's like, oh, you thought this was like my best? It's like, no, we can do
My man
better.
pulled- He pulled a Madara. Oh,
Yeah.
what are you gonna do about the second one?
No. It's the equivalent of the wood clones. It's like, would you like them to use Susano or not?
That was a pretty good fight. Yeah.
yeah. But,
My favorite part from the Marileona fight was when they'd skipped back, they just cut back to the fight, and it's just like, all right, she's done, she's not getting back up. But it's like, oh my god, she's getting back up. Wait, what the fuck? Why are you stronger? How are you getting stronger?
Round 3.
Yeah. Funny Bunny's like, why? How are you getting stronger? This doesn't make sense.
I like that they were both the same. Just
They're
in
like the
different-
same
just
person, but like
this-
not.
Yeah.
They're very similar, like the War Woman type.
Yeah,
They both love to fight.
Like my favorite part was when Funny Bunny literally said, "You could probably beat me in a fist fight, but," and then she goes like full power mode with her giant mech.
Yep. Yeah, and it's like I like how she also said, I forget at what point, but she's like, if you were alive, like she was saying this to Marileona, she said, if you were alive during my time, maybe I wouldn't have been so lonely.
Yeah.
Would have been best fucking friends. Probably would have fought every day in that damn volcano.
Yep. It's like maybe my loneliness wouldn't have been so bad.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Do you realize how like OP Princia is too? Like
Yeah.
she can make an endless army.
Yeah, so long as she has magic, and like she had an infinite fucking magic battery,
Yeah,
so she
could
like
have took over everything.
yeah.
Yeah, she was creating the army of fodder that literally took the 3 of the captains to just
To deal with.
tie back 3 captains for her just passive ability that she was able to do. Maybe if she didn't have the infinite magic, it would have taken longer for her to accumulate that army, but she could still do it.
Yeah. She's still capable.
Would you consider her a tsundere?
No.
Because she went from what would
She's-
you say the term is?
She's
Where she went
as
from
deaf.
what she was. I think that's the perfect correlation there.
She's a war woman, you know.
Yeah.
She's got.
She was like very chill, you know, very, and then True Nature came out.
I think she's just cold, if that makes sense.
Yeah, cold woman.
Just cold woman.
Very,
When they-
very good
When they
trope.
showed her
Love to see it.
backstory, wasn't she on like a pile of bodies?
Her backstory?
They showed her like a quick like flashback.
I'm not sure. We'll have to consult later.
But yeah, that's that fight.
Let's see. We did Marileona. We did Edward. The Jester fight.
Jester fight.
Jester, the GOAT.
Man was crazy. Man, like every time they come at him with one thing, he just slaps back harder.
Yeah. So one of my favorite things was like towards like the start of their fight when like he's dodging Yuno's attacks, but really it's like Yuno's like I wasn't aiming for you, bro.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah.
he's like he freed Yami, he freed Nozel and Forgoleon, you know. It's just like I wasn't aiming for you, man. I missed on purpose. Yeah, and that's one of my favorite tropes in anime. It's like I missed on purpose. It's like this was it was for something else.
Usopp's got that great trope.
You know, I swear my love for that trope probably comes from Dragon Ball. It's from the Piccolo 17 fight.
Oh,
Where he's like, damn, bro, why are you throwing all these ki blasts? None of these are hitting me. And it's just like, oh.
Was that the Hellzone grenade?
Yeah, that's the Hellzone grenade. It's like, bro, that shit, that takes me back. But that's probably where my love for this trope started. It's like, I missed on purpose.
The fakes.
It's
The
a good
outs.
trope. It's a good trope.
It's my favorite tropes.
But my favorite part was when they got their team attack and actually cut him, and he just got back up and just tanked a dimension slash powered up by the flame dragon and like has the extended Mercury, and he just tanks it, gets back up, and then literally is about to body all of them.
He's like, all right, now you guys have pushed me to like my final form, but time for me to whoop all y'all asses now.
Hell, that wasn't even his final form.
To be determined.
I think Yuno got the last hit before he literally did the same thing again.
Yeah, another one of my favorite things from that fight was like, I think this was like an internal monologue or somebody. It's like, sorry, I'm stealing your move.
True.
It's just like, I'm stealing your gimmick, brother. It's great.
But yeah.
Conrad and Asta.
That's some really good hand to hand, like sword on sword fighting.
Great choreography and great animation. Like I think the animation took an even bigger step during that fight.
Oh yeah, like Conrad doing the arms outstretched.
Yeah, the angel pose.
I always thought it was weird he just left the sword there, but it makes a lot of sense because the sword was gonna fucking blow everything up.
Yeah, he plunged the sword into the mana vein. You know that. Because of plot, the most volatile one was in Hage, in the village.
But it was the demon skull. That was why I think. I'm
Maybe
sure. Because it would make sense. That's a demon skull. It's got to be something in there.
Decomposed, bro. Everything. It's just bone.
It's just bone.
But it's demon bone.
Remember, demons have actual bones.
It's demon bone, though.
Oh. That's just like a fossil, bro. This is like 500 years old. I think a fossil at this point.
500 years, man.
It's 500 years old enough to fossilize? I don't know.
I don't know how demons fossilize.
Unless this is Final Fantasy 7 and that's the live stream.
Doesn't matter, though. He plunged it in for a reason. Like, there was a plot reason to why he wasn't using the sword.
And but he should have protected it from Asta. But when he just pulls out his sword and just without using just one hand and is fighting Asta is so good.
Yeah.
The animation, every shot is just beautiful.
Phenomenal.
The choreography, amazing. Very good fight. Just from a choreography, and then, but I loved the monologuing.
The monologuing was great
because Conrad,
they're both arguing their point.
Yeah.
Even though I think Conrad makes a little bit more sense, but Asta's just like, no, it's us to.
It's not for you to decide.
Yeah.
Basically saying that everybody has their own choices.
And Conrad would have probably just killed everyone. Yeah. And then done the Tsukasa thing where he just chooses who he wants to live.
Like he's like, no, I'm gonna kill everybody, but I'm gonna choose who's like worthy to survive. I'll use the sword to seal their soul because that's we've established that the sword can do that. Mm-hmm. And I'll bring you back like I did the other Wizard Kings.
Yep.
And then this is like, you'll be one of the people I elected to like bring in this new dawn.
Mm-hmm. Everyone I like gets to hang out with me in my utopia.
In my perfect world.
Yep. And fuck all those other haters.
Fuck all the haters.
Infinite Tsukuyomi.
But
it kind of is.
Except it's more not everybody's asleep. It's reality.
Yeah.
But like, how would he know who's actually good and who's actually bad?
Well, he would have judged him.
He would have probably pulled out the guy with the scale.
Yeah. Yo, man, where was he at during this movie, bro? We could use what's his name, Dominato or whatever, scale dude.
He's setting up Asta's execution. He's busy.
Bro is setting up the gallows.
He's just waiting.
My man was just writing out all of the things that he had to write about.
Man is personally assembling the gallows for Asta. It's just like,
yeah, well, fuck that guy. Conrad low key had some good points, which is probably can make a great villain.
It does make a great villain. I love it when a villain makes actual sense.
Yep. It's very.
He had
very nice.
he had basic motivation, but it made perfect sense.
Yes, it was very good.
Because he even said it during the movie. You know, it's like being Wizard King changes nothing.
There's been plenty of Wizard Kings that have been good and
Wanted to change stuff, and they haven't been able to.
Yep. Because Black Clover is a very strange political system. There are there's the Wizard King, and then there's the actual king.
See, I kind of equivalent it to Naruto, where the Hokage is more or less like your head general, you know, but they still report to like the feudal lord of like the land of the fire, you know.
Yeah, same thing with Bleach. Those guys in the district, and then there's the captain commander.
Yeah.
There's just the highest military.
Yeah, it's like the Wizard King's like the highest ranking general, and then he reports to the king, you know.
Yeah. But
he's the
face.
strong, like
He's the
he's
face.
he's like the strongest wizard in the land, you know. So he's like the top like military.
Yeah,
personnel.
they're able to. I don't want to say have their cake and eat it too, but they can have the corrupt, horrible nobles, and then have your badass, the Wizard King. We can aspire to be.
Yeah,
You know.
it's like we all can't be actual king, but we can all actually be Wizard King.
Yeah, because the Wizard King the whole thing is like merit.
It's a goal. It's a rank that you can achieve. It's not something you have to be born to.
Yes.
To get.
And while Asta has just his basic, he doesn't really have a plan for solving it. He just says,
he doesn't actually give a reason or what he's gonna do. He's just like, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Which fair enough, because Asta's whole thing is like he doesn't want to make choices for other people.
That's why he says it's
He's
not
like,
for you to
he's
decide.
like, he wants everybody to come together, but he's like, I'm not going to force them to. But that at the end of the day, intrinsically doesn't solve the issue. Which is what I was getting at earlier. I'm like, do you think Asta will actually solve this, or do you think it's just going to be one of those we hand wave it at the end of the series? It's like, nah, he dealt with it. He figured it out.
He's just the Wizard King now. It's fine. He got that.
See it in Black Clover: The Next Generation.
No.
That ain't going to happen.
Who's the kid?
Please, for the love of God, do not let that happen.
Mimosa or Noelle?
Boston.
Both.
Or Sister Lily? And it could be Sister Lily.
All of them. Harmon.
Harmon.
Harem?
Yeah. Because Asta's such a Chad.
But they have their whole fight, and at the end, Asta, Julius gets the sword and hands it to Asta.
Yeah, the magic sword, the Wizard King's first sword, or whatever, Escalia, or whatever it's called. Because at the time he had beaten Conrad. They stopped the continent from blowing up or whatever. And Conrad's like, "Fuck it, I'm still not giving up on my goal. Even if you beat Plan A, we're going to Plan B." And he's like, "Meteor."
Meteor time.
He's the classic, the classic villain. He's like, "We're going to Meteor."
The villain cliche.
It's like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna hit y'all with what the fucking dinosaurs got. I'm dropping the meteor."
I think that's why they use the meteor for everything.
Probably.
Meteors are fucking cool, man.
Meteors they're OP. They broken.
Yeah.
Would have been cooler if he dropped the second one.
That's what I was gonna say. He should have dropped the second one. It would have been different.
It's like, oh, you stopped the first one. Gee, how about you did the second one? It's right. They can't all be Madara.
He got his soul sucked out before.
But but it was a self-sacrificing move, you know.
And then we get the friendship power up, which is the good friendship power up, because they literally give him power.
Yeah, it's not like it's not emotional power up from the friends. It's like, no, we're actually feeding him like energy
It's
and
not
shit.
a fairy tale.
No, they hit him with the Genki Dama, power up. It's like everybody put your hands
Yep.
up, everybody feed the energy, you know.
Yep.
Spirit
It's
sword.
pretty good.
Spirit
Love
sword.
seeing Noct
Yep.
show up for just a little bit.
Yep, surprise cameo, you know. Didn't think we'd get him, but we got him. It's nice.
We got him. It's nice. Yeah. And then Asta gets to use magic.
Yeah, Asta gets to use magic for the first time. It's probably a very foreign feeling. He's like, the fuck is this?
Well, it's a lot like when he uses his second sword and absorbs and throws magic. He does that quite a bit in this movie. It's nice.
Yeah. No, he which one is that? Is that Dweller?
Yes, Dweller.
Yeah.
Destroyer,
The first one's
Dweller,
Demon
Slasher.
Demon Slayer. All right.
Slayer's the big one. Dweller's the second one that he got in the
Okay.
dungeon.
Destroyer's the elf, the one he got from from the elves.
Is it Demon Slayer the first one? Is that the big one?
I think Demon Slayer. I think it's Demon Slayer.
It's Demon Slasher.
No, that's the katana.
Okay, yeah,
That's Yami's.
Yeah,
That's what I was
that's
thinking.
katana. Yeah, honestly, all these names are kind of similar, so it's hard to remember them.
It's very similar.
Slayer, Destroyer, Dweller, Slasher.
But yeah, he basically uses a souped up dweller and absorbs all their magic, and some
Demon Destroyer.
Destroyer.
and it apparently works well with the anti-magic. They don't cross flows or anything, and he fucking one punches that meteor doing the slash. He actually just slices it, and
Just destroys it,
in the cubes,
and they win. And then Conrad dies.
Conrad dies, and that's basically.
And then I like the little end where like he's like kind of like. He's like kind of like in the atmosphere a little bit, and they're like he's already kind of going translucent or whatever. And he kind of looks over to the side, and the other three are already standing there, and it's like they kind of just like look and like nod and like smile, and it's just like, no, it's alright, we're in good hands.
We got to hang out with the bros, and I think the world's gonna be okay.
It's alright. The world's in good hands.
Yes.
Because
if they were to defeat us, they'd be alright.
Yeah, and then we didn't talk about this, but this is like one of my favorite parts of the movie. It's not necessarily fight related, but it's just at the end of the Edward fight, when Edward's like he's talking to Noel, and he's like, "Oh, with royals like you around, I think we'll be fine." And I think that's probably the biggest
takeaway.
I guess you could say takeaway from the Wizard Kings, but it's also like the biggest point about the movie, where it's just like we're in a different time now, where people are more open-minded. And where it's just like we have nobles like Noelle, Mimosa, her brother who's a clown but he's getting better, you know. Fergolion, Leopold, Marileona, Nocelle's improving. The other two are fucking clowns as well. But you know, it's like back then, all the royals were corrupt and like sus as fuck. Now it's like we got people who are willing to work with the magicless peasants from the fucking boonies, you know. So it's like they're on the upward swing.
Yeah. I mean,
it's a different time.
They're trying, they're adapting, and
like,
change is slow.
It's like we're in good hands.
If you force the change, then it generally is there's going to be pushback.
Yeah.
But I kind of like Conrad's like we must force change, but
like, a change isn't going to happen on its own. But on the other hand, he went too far into it.
Yes. Once you get to kill everyone, it means you've gone too far.
Like mass genocide is never the answer.
True. But yeah. Abolish the royalty. Abolish the class system.
Or not even. You don't even have to like necessarily abolish it. You just like strip them of all the power. It's like no, you can still have your title and whatnot. Like you still want that claim to your royalty. Sure, cool shit. We're just gonna take most of the decision-making power out of your hands, though.
Yeah.
Kind of like England, you know?
I was just going to say that, but there's a lot of problems with England. But
the more power.
The monarchy, like a lot of people are still talking about, the monarchy is just taking taxes, whatever. It's a whole thing. But it's like, eventually things will get better as time goes on.
Yeah.
Like, that's the takeaway from this movie. And, yeah, it was pretty good.
Great.
High 8.
High 8. 8.5. High close to 9. Just like I said, if it was just a little bit longer, maybe give a little bit more exposition on the Wizard Kings, I'd probably give it a 10.
Did you watch it a second time, Richard?
Yeah, I watched it a second time.
He had to.
You had to.
Oh, yeah. Me and Mikhail
Why don't
were
you explain?
out.
Why don't you explain to the audience what you guys decided to do?
So, me and Mikhail had a drinking game,
One of our friends.
and we put far too many things on the drinking game list. Like, I'll read off the list real quick here.
One shot for each of the mentioned.
Yes. I'm going to be the Wizard King. Take a shot. Surpass your limits. Take a shot. Fist bump. Take a shot. Whole black bulls in the same frame. Take a shot. Black and white animation. Take a shot. The fifth Clover. Take a shot. First opening theme. Take a shot. That happened all at once. Sister Lily hits Asta.
Did not happen.
Take a
Did
shot.
not happen.
True. Noelle is a tsundere.
Didn't really
Take
happen.
a shot. Asta has a new rival. Didn't really happen.
Kind of, yeah.
Conrad's a pretty.
That's how you count him as a rival.
You're right.
I'm not sure if you guys took a shot to that or not, but you know it works.
To be fair, most of their shots was the Black Bulls being
The
in one
Black
frame.
Bulls. Oh, no, so I found.
Surpass your limits.
I think I found I think there was a grid on Twitter or something like somebody posted every shot of the Black Bulls together, and it was like a 9x9. It was a 3x3, so it was 9 total like shots, like team shots of them.
And how many
I'm
shots did you guys end up taking?
I'm like, in my head that tracks pretty
I
well.
don't know.
12 or
I
No,
don't
I think
remember.
you took 16, I think, and I think Mikhail took 10.
And there was actually like 20 plus.
Yeah, it was like
Yeah, there
at
were
the end they would have had taken a shot every time. I think it would have been like 24, 25.
Something crazy like that. Final one. Yami takes a shit. Take a shot.
which actually happened. Well, mentioned.
Yeah, mentioned.
mentioned
But it's like, yeah, had they taken a shot every time, we would have taken a trip to the ER.
would have been dead. But
Good old liver poisoning.
it was a good time. I had to rewatch that movie.
Overall,
it was a worthy rewatch.
Overall, I'd say I recommend it.
Oh, no, I would definitely recommend it. Hell, I would recommend it even if you aren't necessarily a Black Clover fan, just for the animation and fights.
Can I see
True.
your list again?
True. Yeah, it's,
got 4
it's
pages worth of notes.
definitely a good. I could see people just have no idea what Black Clover is, and just having a great time in this movie.
Yeah. Recommend just for 5153.
Yeah, 51, 53.
You know,
Solely for... It's going to be the thumbnail.
with the number right there.
Yeah, you got to put the timestamp on it. 51, 53. So if for no other reason, just go watch that, like, from 51:48 to 51:53. Just go watch that. Couple seconds.
They gave us a lot
And
of
for the
Vanessa.
girls out there, Asta's back looks—he's fucking Jack. He's like a Hanma.
Yujiro's lost son.
Yeah, like Asta also is just fucking rippling right after fucking Vanessa gets off being. Ooh,
Fine. And then immediately after being fine, she immediately walks in on him dressing.
yeah.
It's like, the man has no privacy.
It'd be like that in bunkers.
Yeah, it'd be like that. The secret hidden bunker that only a handful of people knew about, apparently, because it was still under construction.
That's all secret.
Of course.
Yeah. Secret bunkers. Because of course, the Golden Dawn have secret bunkers. They can afford it. They got the budget for it.
Yeah, they gave up all of Vengeance's relevance for bunker. So.
Yeah, they traded his W's for bunker.
One man could have made a treehouse.
Yeah,
He could have. Would have been cheaper.
probably would have been harder to find than just a bunker.
Probably would have been sturdier.
Yeah.
What a waste.
Yeah.
Anyways, this has been Black Clover movie review. You guys got last final thoughts?
I think that's good.
Final thoughts?
Yeah,
damn.
Yeah.
I've been Oscar.
I'm Richard.
Steven.
We've been the Stowaways. Like, share, comment, and subscribe.
5153.
5153.
Let's go.
Let's go.
You sitting up here and
now that I
telling
think-
me?